What's up, guys? Welcome back to WCS America. The players are ready. I'm hitting start game without any further ado. I know it's getting late for a lot of you guys out there, potentially have work tomorrow. But again, thank you so much for staying up late with us. This is a very important game, the final game of the night of WCS America Round of 16 Group B. The winner of this game will advance to the Round of 8 of WCS America. The map is not Daybreak. The map is going to be Aquelon Waste, so do not be confused. Shout out to our production crew, by the way. I love you guys. That was your first mistake of the night, but your thoughts, you've been doing a great job, and you have continued.
Just a lot of cool stuff they do.
The
instant replays, the fly-throughs. There's so much cool stuff. If you're butt into the game,
yes.
Why don't you introduce our players?
Of course, here we are in game number 3 on Aquelon Wastes. Oh, so important game. The top left-hand location, we have the Red Zerg player who won 3 games in a row, entering the last game, but fell to the STC, his opponent. He is 1 win away from advancing to the round of 8 of WCS America. Hailing from Australia, he is Moonglade. His opponent in the bottom right, falling in game 1 of this best of 3, but pulling it together and taking game 2 fairly convincingly, utilizing terrifying drop play and abusing the Roach Hydra composition of his opponent. Can he carry through and win this oh so important game? Hailing from Korea and representing Team Complexity, he is the STC. It all comes down to this, Mr. Axslav.
Indeed it does. Indeed it does. And this is an interesting map. I don't want to see him go Roach Hydra again. Because this is a hard map to actually break a Terran's fourth. And it's very difficult. And we saw what happened. Terran has so much econ, they can just throw drops everywhere and be so annoying. On Aquelon Waste, drops are really annoying on this map.
Yes.
So I think Mutalisk is the way to go. Unless, of course, you want to play the Roaches as like an all-in style move. And another Command Center first from our Terran. So saying, you know what? Command Center first build worked out pretty well.
Yeah. Did indeed. Why not go for it again? Now, Aquelon Waste also a much smaller map than Whirlwind, and it's 2-player, not 4-player. I don't know what point I'm trying to make with that.
Well, that's a point to support. Yeah, it does make Roach Hydra a little better in that regard. And also, unlike, in the first game, Moonglade was so successful because it was very difficult for STC to take a 4th base, right? Their 4th command center was killed at one point, and then later he got it up, but then Ultras took it down, and then he took a 4th on the right side, and that was taken down by Ultras, and take a 4th base, it was shut down. And that's again, this is a map where it's relatively easy to take those 4th bases. So that kind of plays. Maybe Roach Hydra is good because Moonglade's problem last game wasn't necessarily the unit composition. He traded fine in the battles. It was defending that 4th. So if he makes appropriate sack defense to help defend those drops from hitting from the corners, then he could still use that composition very effectively.
This map plays very interesting too as far as the attack paths are concerned. Very direct attack paths. There's not too much maneuverability around the center. I mean, there are very vast, additional passageways to go around and near the watchtowers, but generally you're sticking through that middle of the map when you're going for attacks. So we'll have to look at, how these guys start, treating each other's armies once we start getting to that mid-game situation. But of course, what we're going to be looking at here for Moonglade is if he goes for some sort of, aggressive strategy in the early game. STC did a great job identifying exactly what his opponent was doing, had a money scan that spotted all those roaches, and he was able to prepare adequately. And even before that, he had a feeling, because again, he was able to identify the timing of that 3rd base, and it's such a high level, it's such high-level play, being able to identify just only the timing of that 3rd, and then be like, oh, he's making a lot of roaches, he's coming at me soon, and then able to prepare adequately. So, we'll have to see if STC can do the same stuff for now, though, adding on that 3rd command center, very standard play, very confident as he gets later on in the game.
STC, no nonsense with anything early for him. He loves playing that mid-game where he can just start dropping absolutely everywhere at once. Moonglade hasn't got his extractors yet, so it's looking a little bit... Oh, but this time he is going for the faster 3rd before those gases. So this is more along the build that I thought we'd see in Whirlwind, but instead we saw him get the gases first and get the layer first and really crank that tech out. This game prioritizing that 3rd hatchery. So if you get the third hatchery before a lair, it's very rare to see you do the roach style, because with roaches, if you're gonna get a lot of roaches, at least against Terran, well, actually no matter what, but especially against Terran, the roach speed upgrade is so essential, and so you can't really delay the lair too much. But if you're just going speedings, you can get Zergian speed at hatch tech, so you can go ahead and get those upgrades before you start lair tech. We see double evos going down right now.
Yep, and you know, something else that we're really going to be looking out for is the creep spread of Moonglade. It's kind of a consistent manner, and it makes a little bit of sense. The better the creep spread gets, the more likely the Zerg player is going to win, as obvious as that sounds. But STC, you know, it feels like last game he did a great job trying to deny that creep spread, keeping that back. But Moonglade is a guy who loves just pushing it out there. Look at that, canceling those creep tumors right away, realizing the Hellions can get those shots off. The Hellions coming forward. 4 queens are there, trying to make sure no shenanigans happen. Also, don't want to get juked out and then have the Hellions run into your main and then your natural expansion getting drone kills. But look out for Moonglade's creep spread. Let's see how good it is this game.
One thing that's interesting on Aklon Waste is there's so many different directions you can push the creep. Do you focus exclusively on down to center line? How much do you care about the bottom left and top right? You can't neglect them too much, because Terran can set up, you know, like siege shanks on this cliff edge. Oh, Hellions going for the run by.
Oh, and they're going to get inside. Wait, actually
no,
changed their mind.
Just enough Zergians cut them off, and 4 Hellions die for nothing.
That
and
was
these
perfect
last
timing on those lanes.
Yeah, and now the creep's going to be unopposed. I mean, this is actually amazing. I mean, yes, he's killing a couple Zergians, but for 6 Hellions?
You can trap those too, pretty easily.
Yeah, those are gone.
Try to muscle his way by. Queen saying no thanks.
And now creep is going to be insane, because STC can't move out on the map anymore without being very risky until he gets the medevac.
Look at all this barracks he's adding on.
Oh, he's powering a lot of barracks. Oh, I mean, this is actually just kind of standard, I guess, because you delay the second and third barracks so long because you get third CC and 2 eBays, right? Which means that you have so much income that you're not spending because you have no production but a lot of income. So then you kind of explode in barracks. But up until the first 2 medevacs come out, he can't move out on the map, and that's a good, you know, minute away from now, which means these tumors are going to have fun. Oh, wow, they're just crawling all over the map. He's putting more down, too.
Again, this is what we talked about. This is why those, again, I know we keep harping on it, but that's why those early Hellions are so important. Denying that creep spread, Moonglade doing a great job, getting those lings out at the perfect time, on top of that ramp, preventing that run by, and taking out those early Hellions. So now STC has to figure out a game plan as far as from here. Putting that third orbital command on the ground very, very quickly. We're seeing Moonglade going into the Ling, Baneling, Muta style. 1-1 about to finish, going to start 2-2 right away, considering that layer is complete. Upgrades are pretty much very identical at this point in time. Both players starting 2-2 at the exact same time.
Only 2 drones on that one extractor to third base. That's actually problematic, because the build he's doing is very gas intensive.
Oh, wow.
You know, he needs a lot of Banings and a lot of Mutalists, and he wants to transition to Hive Tech as well. So gas is super, super important. And I mean, it's not losing that much, just 1 drone off, but every little bit does count.
Yeah. Very subtle. And, you know, the thing is, I wonder if he's going to notice that. Because these top players, like, they do these same builds over and over again. They're going to realize when they're going to have 100 less gas than they should, you know, 2-3 minutes later. So we'll keep an eye on that for sure and see if Moonglade can identify that as soon as possible. It might even come down to, like, a drop happening over there, and then the Moonglade, oh, I don't have drones on that gas. So.
Moonglade's decider is not a fact of creep tumors, so he sends his queens to put down another, like, 7 creep tumors. How many? Wait, can you tell? Units tab tells you how many.
Yes.
No, it's structures or. There's some. Oh yeah, structures. There's
80
creep tumors on the map. Of course, that counts the passive ones, not just the active ones. But okay, now pushing and trying to beat back that creep, but there's so many tumors. Even if he scans, he can't kill them all.
Doesn't have an DPS.
Scan wears away. This is brutal. He scans. He's so many tumors, but the speeding's right here. Oh, Baneling!
Like it's a good Baneling connects. Nice splitting, nice control there from the SGC, but the units coming in from both directions. Widow Mines are in effect too. The Overseer's able to see this, so he's sweeping in with the Mutas to try to clean those up.
And that was pushed back nicely. All the Widow Mines are dead. Actually, the
medevacs! Speaking of these medevacs, that's huge.
Those are so important.
That is massive. Oh, igniting the afterburners, getting out of there. Marines coming forward. Help reinforcing. Get out of here, Lings and Mutas.
The 4th is now up from Moonglade.
No infestation yet, which is interesting.
That's right. Yeah. He actually waited a long time in the first game as well.
Yeah,
to, 7 more Mutas.
And really prioritize the Muta production.
2-2 upgrades are very even for both players here.
Yeah, I'm STC will take an upgrade advantage, though, because he's going to be able to start 3-3, and again, Moonglade has to wait for that hive. Infestation Pit just now going down.
Not utilizing the 4th base quite yet. No drones being sent there. Just cranking out a lot of units, and the creep spread is just, it's absolutely amazing. It keeps crawling over the map. STC's coming here, trying to push this back a little bit. Moonglade's angry. He says, no, that's my creep.
Here come the Lings and the Banelings. There's only one Widow Mine here. There's 2 further back. Something we definitely have to keep an eye on. Moonglade dealing off some units. Oh, well, Widow Mine on the high ground, too. That's fancy. I like that play.
Drilling Claws is being researched for the Widow Mines. He's going to be starting to build those 3 at a time now that he has 2 factories up. Oh, we could see an engagement here. This is a very small army for the Terran player. Is Moonglade going to try to take advantage?
Gotta be careful. The Widow Mines can be so cost efficient. There's a huge hit onto the Banelings and the Zerglings. Moonglade still has so many more units here left to use. Still some Widow Mine, one Widow Mine that is not yet detonated, now detonating onto those Lings, but Moonglade has so much here, storming forward with all these Lings, Mutas, and Banelings, not even caring about the Widow Mines at this point. The Marines being picked up into those medevacs, but the Mutas are there, taking down one of the full medevacs. Moonglade charging forward with conviction. Meanwhile, we have a drop at a potential base, but nothing is there for Moonglade. Instead, taking base on the bottom left instead of that top left middle.
I think that's so smart by Moonglade, taking that bottom left base, because then they're all in the line, and the way his army is fighting, it kind of is already pushing a Terran to the right side of the map. And this drop, of course, gets into main, but Moonglade had more than enough time to deal with it. Single Marine running to the natural and trying to duel Queen, and one-on-one Queen does beat the Marine, apparently. And Moonglade is just, I mean, he doesn't really have to go in here, but if he sees a weakness, he just might.
He's looking. Baneling detonating into the bunker. There's 3 Widow Mines on the high ground up there, so he has to be a little bit careful.
Yeah.
You don't want to throw away all these units. You want to look for those cost-efficient engagements, but it looks like STC is going to be marching out here. He's going to be pressing the engagement.
Oh.
Baneling's coming forward. We need some good splitting here from the STC. Some solid detonations with the Banelings.
And every Widow Mine got taken out by the Mutas before they could even shoot. This is Moonglade just dismantled all the key parts of that army. He didn't lose a single Muta. He took out all the Widow Mines and even traded well versus the Marines. The drops are being defended. I mean, even the drones are helping out. Moonglade in commanding position. Hive is done. 3-3 on the way. Where's that Ultra's Cavern? The 4th base was started to mine a little bit slower in some of the past games. Of course, it's because he prioritized more on units.
Yeah.
So the Ultra's transition won't be quite as strong, but I mean, he's been doing so well in these Muta speeding baiting games. Does he need Ultras? Like, eventually, of course. But
there's a scan. 2 Widow Mines going to burrow down. They need some key shots. Actually, a lot of Widow Mines there, getting a lot of damage done.
Oh.
Wow.
Those are some good Widow Mines.
A lot of the units getting picked up there, too, by the STC. We need some Banelings remade here from Moonglade.
Those are the engagements STC wants.
He just threw away a lot more Zerglings to those Widow Mines.
This is finally starting to get to the point where STC is starting to be very cost-efficient. Moonglade just starting at Ultra's Cavern.
STC has 3-3.
There's no 4th command center for STC, by the way. He never built it. Or actually, he's just finishing right now. But it's kind of a late as far as Terrans go. Oh, the medevacs at the top right been spotted.
Oh my gosh, 2 medevacs getting isolated by those Mutas. Great pick off there.
He had the watchtower, that's why.
Yeah.
And very important to have those watchtowers. There goes the other one. STC's army in the bottom left is oh!
He's trying to flank.
Oh,
the Widow Mines trying to burrow as fast as they can, and look at that, picking up the units and then letting the Widow Mines do their damage, but Moonglade doing a great job splitting up the units there.
Yeah, pretty efficient. If he could have just finished out those Widow Mines, it would have actually been super amazing. As it was still a victory for Moonglade. STC with the supply lead, of course, that's because Moonglade's been banking money, waiting for that Ultra's Cavern to finish. Widow Mines boring at the front. Did Moonglade see them? And can he take them out? Speedings were, trying to activate them, but they're on cooldown.
Yep.
6 Ultras in production. The creep has still been, it's been battling the halfway mark, but it's always stayed halfway across the map, which is Zerg's happy. Oh, but the 4th base of Moonglade may be under threat here.
Might be forfeit here. Moonglade just now identifying that is there. The drones running for their lives. Meanwhile, STC going to be pushing up the front. 6 Ultras still in production. The hatchery does end up staying alive. The medevac gets taken out.
And now in the middle, this force also realizes it's deep into creep. There's no distraction enough to cover it. 4 Widow Mines. He's going to need some massive detonations.
Not getting a Moonglade doing a good job peeling away those units. Now sending forth the Mutas and the Banelings, and now the Ultras are about to join in on the fun. About 5 just now popping.
Oh, just in time, too. These Marines are searching forward. There's no more Banings, but you know what? Their big brother, the Ultras, is here. And
picking up.
STC is like, I want nothing.
I'm out of here.
1 Widow Mine says, I'll hold them off. It doesn't hold them off. It just gets blown up.
Also sending some units to the bottom left there to continue to harass that expansion. STC trying, also securing that base at the middle bottom left. It's so hard to explain.
The Widow Mines are unburrowed. Oh, and the Muta's back up. Speeding, decent hits on the speeding, so every Widow Mine gets taken out there. And the attack on the right side, it wasn't doing damage, it was on full retreat. So now it's finally being activated again. But Moonglade has plenty of time to move back here and parry it yet again.
And there we see 5 spine crawlers about to get started there.
Oh.
At the 4th base.
So intelligent, knowing that hatchery's in danger. But the spine crawlers are just being started, and there's 2 medevacs headed there. Moonglade has
no
got
overlords down there either.
Yeah, and actually the spine crawlers, okay, they're just been drones transferring. They're about to start.
He smells it.
Yeah, he does. I mean, he knows STC's not pushing on the right side. Why is that? Oh, probably because he's attacking on the left, so I'm just going to kill these.
Great trade once again there from Moonglade, taking down 2 medevacs, but here comes the big army on the right-hand side from the STC. These guys are equalized as far as upgrades are concerned.
Mostly Marines in his composition, which means he can't really engage ultras. There's only 4 Marauders there, and he realizes that. He's just trying to push the creep back to make these attacks easier later down the road. Oh, that drop is not... Oh, Muta's now actually attacking the 4th of the Terran is under fire from the Mutalisk, but missile turrets are driving them back. Now they're trying to find a...
sweet spot.
Yeah.
And I think they found it, out of range of the turrets. So if, hold on, actually, we have STC pushing across the left-hand side of the map. Sure, 5 spine crawlers are there now, but this is the entire Terran army, but the spine crawlers buying a good amount of time. Moonglade not engaging just yet. STC trying to preemptively split as much as possible. There are a lot of Widow Mines there in positions. Look out for those Widow Mine shots. Great shots onto the Zerglings, but that is soaking up most of those shots, so the Ultras might be able to come forward and sweep those up.
Moonglade's able to defend his bottom left base for now. The Planetary Fortress is still being picked away at the Mutalisk, but repair is going down, so they're just killing a few SCVs at a time here. The Mutalisk actually locked that 4th base in. They killed the destructible rocks, so it can't be saved until the Marauders kill these rocks to let the Marines get in.
And I think... I'm wondering about the role of these...
Mutas, be careful.
Mutas. Engage the Marines, not something you want to do.
Oh, no, because the Mutas are so valuable even in the late game dealing with drops. And he knows that. That's why he's building 10 more, but you didn't want to have to spend the gas in that way. You want to be really spending on infestors at this point and more Ultras. As it stands, though, we're at 5 bases to 4. Moonglade up a base. Moonglade with a significant bank of resources. And STC is feeling like he needs to put on more pressure, pushing along this right side. He needs to control top right. He's realizing, okay, Moonglade's gonna hold the bottom left. I need a 5th base, so I need to hold the top right.
Adding a lot more Marauders, too, by the way.
Yes, which is very smart against opponents using Ultras.
Yes, absolutely.
He's trying to, he's really focused on the top right. And this time he's smart. He says, okay, he sees the drops. The last couple times the world has died for not much. I'm gonna keep him distracted here with a drop play and an attack on the bottom left. And now, if Moonglade can both deny this top right command center and defend the bottom left, he'll be in great shape. But there's nothing at the bottom left.
Yeah.
He made a sacrifice that and take down the top right, pull the drones. This hatchery is dead here.
All right, the drone's not.
So is that command center
pulled,
maybe?
But a lot of drones gonna fall. The command center gonna get targeted down by those Mutas.
So we're back to 4 bases versus 4, which Moonglade actually won't be too unhappy about because he does have a lot more resources banked up. So if both players aren't mining, he can still replenish his forces.
I feel like Moonglade is looking for that direct engagement. 5 infestors, that's going to be so instrumental.
Once those come out, STC is going to be so careful about moving around on the map, especially on creep. And now Moonglade's saying, okay, you're going to focus on the top right. I want the direct engagement, so I'll expand to the top right. And then if you try to go there as well, I can both defend my 5th and kill your 5th at the same time. Which is a really cool play.
Still only 2 drones in that gas room.
He's conserving.
Yeah.
Oh, another command center under fire by the Mutas. Can it be saved? STC coming up to save it. There's no Widow Mines here. Oh, but that would be a bad position to fight without fungal growth. Off creep, Terran could kite back.
Infestors are lurking in the darkness.
They're here now.
They're here.
And now he can fight this army, and this is not an army you want to fight with just Marine Marauder and only 5 medevacs.
That's splitting off some Marines Marauders, trying to find out, all right, what do you have to win? What should I be preparing for? Meanwhile, we have a drop attacking near that infestation pit. You don't want to lose that. Also a drop in the 4th base of Moonglade. So STC, again, is absolutely everywhere. In the 4th, in the 3rd, that hatchery at the 3rd is going to go down. The infestation pit might go down as well, and Moonglade is going to have to retreat to deal with this.
Oh, he's going to save this hatchery just barely. Oh.
42 HP. It's funny, STC was actually clicking on the hatchery to see how much HP it had left to go.
Moonglade took a few blows with the drop play. STC now is a bankroll as well. It's going to come down to these major engagements.
Will he go for it? Oh, the stim going down here from, and he's going to go for the direct engagement. Ultra's pulling for the Fungos going down onto the Marines and Marauders, but STC realizing those are in effect going to back away, well away from the creep. And speaking of which, you know, STC has been doing a good job kind of limiting the creep as this game has gone along. Remember how bad it was. Now it's not nearly as bad.
This is such a close game. Both players really struggling to take those 5th bases. STC, he's trying to use the drops to do the damage while the main army is distracted.
Now it's interesting. There's not a lot of Marines in this main squadron. Like, I wonder if Muta's straight up how effective that could.
They might be. I mean, with the upgrades, won't take that many, but they can pick off the medevacs. In fact, they're picking off the bottom left base. Only 2 Marines.
It's getting repaired. Thought about engaging the Marines there.
Yeah, I mean, there's only 4. But there's medevacs coming in behind him, so not going to be able to find that. Mutas do fly away, though, and they're proving their use yet again. Maybe they're going to head up and deal this drop. Actually,
yeah, Great Aspire is done, too. So Moonglade's in a situation where he can mix it.
The hatchery! Don't die, hatchery!
Oh, no. Drones, repair it.
If only. Actually, STC wasn't paying attention. And
wow. Oh, he's going to try again.
No.
Oh, never mind.
It's going to the top right.
TheSTC is a liar.
So the top right is vulnerable. The speeding should be to move there in time. The bottom left is where both the main armies are. That's where it's going to be. Actually, STC with enough units, the top right base is going to fall. But the main battle is what's important here.
Look out for the Fungals onto the Marauders so they keep them in place so they can't kite away from the Ultras. Nice splitting there from the STC. A little bit of miss micro there, I think, from Moonglade. He didn't get those Fungals down until much later, and the units had already split up. And Moonglade trying to charge into the space at the bottom left. Also, STC attacking at the top right. But I think Moonglade, he can take down this planetary for sure.
Moonglade's going to be happy with that trade, assuming he can defend this 4th base as well from his next attack. The drones are coming out. They're not going to quite cut it.
Drones are dying. Ling's coming out. He's going to try to deal with that. But again, remember how low that hatchery is.
Hatchery may die. And if he can keep the hatchery alive, he's going to be very happy because they each lost the base, but...
Oh, it's dead.
Yeah, it is dead. That's really unfortunate for Moonglade. He really wanted to keep that alive.
His base at the bottom left just got up again.
So that's good. The thing is they're both basically used up all their bankrolls right now.
They keep trading bases.
They do, they do. Moonglade still has the better army. He's got the Infestors. And they both trade bases, but Moonglade took the better engagement, which is important. And now this top right, this is the last mining base.
Oh no, it's going to be so vulnerable here. SCV's desperately trying to repair. The planetary fortress doing a good amount of damage.
The medevac's going to be fungal. Also, Clump Bio coming in from the bottom.
Ultra's trying to flank as well. We need good fungals here from Moonglade, but the STC playing this so well, splitting up those Marines and Marauders, but losing the planetary fortress, and the fungal goes down onto the Marines and Marauders.
I think this could be really bad. I mean, Moonglade just took out that base. STC still has 1 base that's barely mining now. Over in his 4th, he's just mining off scraps, and now he has to direct his mules there to maintain his economy. That's going to be mined out so fast. Moonglade has a fresh base at the bottom left, and Moonglade's retaking his own 4th right near the main that has tons of minerals as well. So STC's kind of in desperation zone. He's flying a command center at the bottom left. That's where he's going to make his stand. Moonglade is recognizing that as well. His whole army's heading down there. Broodlords and Infestors. He needs more Infestors because he did lose those in the last battle. And look at STC's army. It's like...
It's not that impressive.
No,
I'll be honest.
Where's all his supply? He's only got 28 SCVs and 100... Oh, it's all back. It's all being rallied in. Okay. Okay.
Oh,
yeah, it's all back to natural.
Bunch of changelings coming in, trying to find out what's going on.
It's a lot of fake Marines.
Let's trick the
There's more changelings than there are Marines.
And now he's going to have to target those down one at a time. The Broodlord's coming forward, though, here from Moonglade. And remember, he's not going to have... Well, actually, he's starting to make much more Marines than he did before. Remember, he has
I think
more Marauders.
He's recognized that this is a possible transition.
Overseers need to be able to spot those Widow Mines.
Oh, the Widow Mines being neutralized. And this is such a strong competition for Moonglade.
Oh, the Fungal goes down, nails the Marines and Marauders. The Ling's coming in. Moonglade wants to win this right here, right now. The Planetary does not want that to get done. The Ultra's coming forward as well. The STC trying to kite away, but Moonglade up 137 to 78 in supply. This base is so important for the STC if he wants to win this game and preserve his life in the Premier League of WCS America. But the Planetary Fortress does fall. The SCVs, the mules, have nowhere to go, nowhere to return the money that they're mining. They might as well just jump off the cliff because they're definitely going to die to these Ultras. STC trying to salvage something, sending a squadron to the top side of the map, but a great engagement for Moonglade there.
I mean, even if he kills this hatchery, which I don't think he will, but that Ultra... Ultra's like, get out of my house. I mean, even if he killed that, Moonglade still got the bottom left, and STC he's got 3 patches left in his last mining base over there near his main. So this one medevac's going to be annoying. Yeah, it's still being annoying. But I mean, Moonglade's prioritizing. He's not being worried too much about the medevac because the priority, of course, is his top right base. He needs to just deny this yet again. And so he's just going to wait to get the Brood Lords in action. He's going to push forward. Just using speedings to deal with that drop. A little bit of a nuisance, but he should be pushing it top right just to finish it.
Yeah, he was definitely lurking in that area. He's waiting for an overseer. No, he's putting overseers.
I think he hesitated for a second until he sent speedings to the bottom left to make sure there wasn't action going down there as well. But he's got the bottom left covered with speedings. He's covering all his bases, and now he's going to go deny the top right.
And look at this, STC kind of abandoning that location.
I mean, is he really going to stop this?
That's true.
he's in full flee mode, and he's trying to initiate a base race.
Yeah. If there's one weakness in this composition, it's obviously the immobility of the Ultras and the Brood Lords.
All it's going to take, though, is 1 or 2 fungals. And in fact, actually, speedlings are enough. There's not enough bow to really even deal with the speedlings at this point.
STC desperately trying to hold on. All of his bases keep getting denied, but he knows how important this game is. And he's going to go straight into the main base, not going to give up Moonglade.
Brood Lords.
Oh, just needs to not make big mistakes.
They're all dying to the Vikings. I mean, I guess he doesn't really need him. In fact, actually, this is more important.
Yeah, again, prioritize.
It's like, should I fungal the Vikings? Nah, let the Brood Lords fight them off. We'll kill all the medevacs, and that'll settle the game. So he didn't lose all the Brood. Actually, no, there's just still 1 Brood Lord left, and he's the last of his kind, and now he's dead.
Moonglade not too worried about that.
Mutas will avenge them. Speeding's 9 to bottom left. Very heads up play there, and Moonglade keeping eyes on that. World Marauder trying to look at that Marauder kite. He is microing his heart out.
He's dead.
Yep, he's dead. Mules cannot fight back. There's the Vikings actually beat the couple Mutalists. They're flying around.
All right, Moonglade saying enough is enough, marching his entire army to that last remaining mining expansion from STC. STC landing some Vikings and picking them up just as the Lynx get there.
He is trying to get the most out of every unit, but I mean, this is
29 supply.
Yeah, and yeah.
There it is. GG. Moonglade does it.
Wow.
That guy's happy.
Yes.
That guy is happy.
You just 2-0'd Apocalypse and 2-1 STC. Who wouldn't be happy?
Yeah.
He made the playoffs with WCS America. He's in the top 8. Now he has a shot at making the regional term if he gets top 5.
Australian.
Yeah.
You heard that term? America.
I have now.
America. I have now.
I have now.
American and Australia have made a little bit of an alliance, and the alliance is called Australia. At least as far as I know.
I'm down with it.
Yeah.
As long as Moonglade's on my team, so I'm down with this alliance.
We technically have an American in the round of 8 at WCS America.
Awesome. that was a truly magnificent game there, and his prioritization of where to focus the fight, he didn't get too caught up. Like again, I hate to say it, I've seen so many Zergs get caught up in just trying to hold their 5th that they forget about the Terran 5th. And Moonglade's like, you know what? I'll sack my 5th.
Yeah.
As long as I take your 5th, and I'll just retake my 5th by your 5th. And then my 5th is on your 5th.
They just kept trading. And Moonglade showing patience, showing very calm reserve, able to clean up STC. Moonglade takes it 2-1. He'll be advancing on to the next round of the WCS Premier League, and unfortunately for the STC, he will be dropping to the Challenger League, but well fought from him. And guys, we're about to wind out the night, but before we do, I'm going to run on over to the stage where Moonglade is, and we're going to have a conversation with him and get his thoughts on his performance today. Guys, stay tuned. You're watching WCS America. Final thoughts from Moonglade when we come back.